Brothers, against my better judgment, I'm actually going to be doing a reaction to this video from a content creator by the name of Internet Adjacent, which is an out-and-out lie from the first. This guy is not Internet Adjacent. This guy is full internet. You never go full retard. You never go full internet. This guy has gone full internet. And he views critical thinking in the same way that women view accountability. This guy is allergic to actually using his brain, to actually doing his own research. He is going off of the word of one of the most disreputable, disgusting, retarded freaks on the internet, and we're going to get to that. But I thought that I should do a reaction based on one line from this video alone. And anyone who's familiar with my content, you're going to know the one line that pissed me off. And so don't worry, I'm not going to make a habit of this. I'm going to patch this out. It's not going to be a recurring thing because these people, in order to get attention, in order to have anyone in the world acknowledge that they're alive, they would just keep spamming the same thing over and over. But don't worry, this is going to be a one-off. I'm going to react to this, and then that's going to be it. So, I want to play this video called The Many Sins of Tactical Templar. You ready? Let's go.
Today's video is an absolutely hilarious situation that needs as many eyes on it as possible. So how many of you have seen...
Let me just stop right here. I appreciate that this may be one of the first people that has criticized my content that hasn't had a lisp or some kind of like soggy British accent. Most of the people that criticize my content have a lisp. Tactical Templar, I disagree with you. Oh man, the furries and the LGBT community that have an issue with my content, usually there's some form of lisp. And so I just got to appreciate the fact that this is probably one of the most normal sounding people. Now, of course, appearances can often be deceiving. As we're about to witness here, this guy is an absolute out and out retard. But I still appreciate the fact that his voice is actually audibly not displeasing. So thank you for that.
Seen anything going on with the creator, Tactikal Templar. He's one of those right-wing super Christian guys.
One of those right-wing super Christian guys. Well, okay.
He only makes videos on people like Hassan or JD Vance. I mean,
I make videos on everyone. I make videos on everything. I make videos on VTubers. I make videos on Christianity. I make videos on JD Vance, Trump, Hassan, XQC, Asmongold, Tectone, Nuxtaku, sometimes myself, chess. I did a chess video the other day. I am one of the biggest variety streamers out there. I tackle a little bit of everything.
I mean, we all know the type, the quartering types.
And there it is. The quartering types. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? I don't give a shit about what this guy says before or after. How fucking dare you? I have never once in the history of the time that I've been online tried to sell people shitty ass fucking coffee and spent 90% of my stream trying to get people to either subscribe to my website or try to sell them coffee or Kamikoto knives or BetterHelp or established titles. How fucking dare you? I talk about content that I want to talk about when I want to talk about it, how I want to talk about it, and I don't beg my audience for super chats the way the quartering does. The quartering, which always has something to sell somebody. The quartering, by the way, that uses my religion as some kind of meat shield. Well, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I guess maybe I should go to church, which lasted about 2 weeks. When he realized he couldn't sell coffee to the church, stopped going, and then did a whole scree about how he can't read the Bible, not even the NIV version. So, fuck you. Sincerely, fuck you. Compare me to the quartering. That is absolutely uncalled for. That is more offensive to me than the fact that these freaks on Kiwi Farms tried to dox me. You compare me to the quartering? Are you serious? No. I have never been as bad with money as the quartering is. I have never once tried to hawk a bunch of garbage tier wares on my audience. There is no fucking way. And when I deliver commentary, I deliver it with honesty, which is why I have the audience that I have. I never had any insider access. I built my channel up one fucking brick at a time. And I built my channel up slowly at a time where content like mine was not really acceptable. I tried to build up my content, which was edgy, thinking back to, the 2020s, where X was banning people for saying that there are two genders. So I take great exception to that. That is the most bothersome thing. But don't worry, I'm going to patch that out. That's not going to be a reoccurring thing where these people go, oh, well, I can just say he's like the quartering and he'll react to my video. No, I just want to address that real quick. That if you think that I'm like the quartering, you are fucking retarded.
Well, recently, he's been absolutely engulfed in controversy right now.
No, I haven't. You have a bunch of angry, retarded spurs on the internet. That's par for the course. I've been through this before. It's not a controversy. I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. A bunch of people became aware of my content and got offended. I mean, that is the internet culture 101. Right now, I'm the flavor of the day, which, hey, I don't mind. More popularity for me. And the reality is that the more that these people lie about me, the more that people are going to come and watch my content and realize that what they're saying is bullshit. It's only going to make me bigger. It's only going to make me grow. And while they're there, I will feed them a little bit of the gospel, a little bit of Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, a much more wholesome, entertaining, and all-around better beneficial package. And by the way, I would take a stagnant fucking image over a game like Fall Guys. What a boring and uncreative endeavor this is. You're going to criticize me while playing a game that hasn't been relevant in like 4 years? Well, technically it was relevant in 2001. That's only... Yeah, my point is, really?
As it turns out, despite coming across as this Sigma alpha male, everyone else is always wrong.
What? Sigma alpha male? You mean like traditional values? The Sigma alpha. Guys, find a woman, one woman, get married to her under the church, and then, protect and honor your wife and have her submit and obey to you as is in the Bible, and then have a bunch of kids and live a happily ever after life. Man, honestly, what color is your Bugatti? What the fuck? These people are so stuck in this one-dimensional thinking. They are so stuck on the battles of the past that every time they encounter somebody, they just relate it to the things that they've heard before. Zero critical thinking skills, zero ability to take on new information, zero interest in actually getting shit right. All of this is about how this person feels. This person is in his feelings. He's very offended by my work, and he also sees that in his circle of friends that it's popular to shit on me. Now, is any of it legitimate? No. And we're about to go into why. Because the people that rely on the information that we're about to see from this guy, Nicodemus, or whatever the fuck his name is, some degenerate, perverted spurg. When you get your information from somebody like that, and then you come to me and try to go, well, I'm going to do a gotcha. Brother, you are building a house on quicksand.
Wrong type of mindset. The guy turned out to be an absolute lolcow with some of the absolute worst takes I have ever seen online. So for the purpose of this...
I can define what a woman is. I can tell you how many genders there are. There are only 2 genders. Transgenderism isn't actually a thing. It's bullshit. It's mental illness. Most of my takes are pretty reasonable, pretty grounded. No, most of my opinions on things are based in reality. This person just made that the fuck up because they're in their feelings.
This video, I figured I'd just go through some of the highlights of this guy's career, and together, we can all just collectively point and laugh. But before we get into that, make sure to subscribe so that I can feed my starving family. So like I said, this guy is all over the place right now, and it's just hilarious to make fun of him.
I appreciate being all over the place.
The dude is genuinely a moron. Let's start off with some of the interesting content that he's made on his channel. A tweet by Nick Andros highlights such hood classics as...
Nick Andros, that's his name. Anyone who retweets, reposts, or takes this guy credible or seriously, you are immediately disqualified from having an opinion on anything at any given time. This guy is a creep, a pervert, a retard. Everything that I've seen from this guy disqualifies him just immediately. Even the most cursory, generous observation would say, no, probably believing anything this guy says is suspect. You take one look at this guy's timeline, and it becomes abundantly, evidently clear. So, forgive me. I think that you have very poor judgment, and I'm not going to take anything that you say as seriously now that you have brought this disreputable cretin into this conversation.
As Twitch hates VTubers. Okay, I'll say it. Dr. Disrespect did nothing wrong.
True. Yeah. See, if these people actually did some research instead of like pulling up the screenshot, if they actually watched the video, they would understand each point. It's not grifter bait. It's not anything like that. I talked about the Dr. Disrespect situation. That first of all, I don't trust. Now I'm getting a fucking lisp. I don't trust Twitch staff. I don't think they're credible. I don't think they're honest. I think that they are bad actors acting in bad faith. I think they're perverts. I think they're weird. So I don't trust them. The other thing is the California legal system, especially in LA where Dr. Disrespect lives. You mean to tell me that Dr. Disrespect sued Twitch and won, and what? He was sexting minors, trying to meet up with them, sending illicit photos? And what, you think that the prosecutors down there, that they're just like sleeping? I made this clear in that video. And in a recent video I did. These people in LA, these DAs, they would kill each other. Not actually, but like that whole thing about, you break the glass bottle and you have somebody with a knife and they're fighting. Imagine a room full of Kamala Harrises. All of them are basically politicians that are vying for the next story, the next thing to catapult them into the career of, the next Kamala Harris, the next politician. And imagine that this story falls in your lap where you've got this multi-millionaire streamer that gets millions of views that apparently had been sexting and sending illicit photos and trying to meet up with an underage girl. You don't think these people would have prosecuted him criminally? They would have been salivating. That's what they dream of. That is the type of case that they get a chub in their pants about. They would have crucified him, even if there was a whiff of that. But not only did that not happen, Dr. Disrespect won his lawsuit with Twitch. They paid him a boatload of money, which tells me there was nothing sexual between him and the girl, which is what Dr. Disrespect said after he came back. Whether you believe him or not is irrelevant. And I made that abundantly clear. My points in that were sound. But if you have a different point of view, if you think that I'm wrong, no, the California prosecutors, they protect pedophiles. Like, if you have some other argument that you want to put out there that you think is better than that, then go ahead. But I mean, holy shit, these people are so malevolently dishonest. And this one, condemn Nuxtaku or else. I was being inundated with people that were telling me that Nuxtaku was part of Mossad, that Nuxtaku was Ben Shapiro, that Nuxtaku, like the amount of lies, Nux is a CIS. I had a bunch of emails from people over and over. They were sending me these crazy conspiracy theories about Nuxtaku and who he is. And what he really wants to do, and he's a lolicon, he's a pedophile. What's the evidence of that? Well, he criticized this person once. Like, the only thing that they would actually show is that Nuxtaku was accusing other people of being pedophiles a little too zealously. And then one time they showed like a thumbnail of Gargura. And it was heavily censored. I didn't even know what the fuck I was looking at. And they go, see, proof. No, the whole thing is specious. This is ridiculous. This is you grasping at straws. And the fact that you have the audacity to call me an idiot while not doing any of the research yourself and taking the word of somebody as discredited as this guy, who the fuck is his name? I don't even remember.
A tweet by
Nick Andros. You take this guy's word? Are you fucking serious? You have a couple screws loose.
And Nuxtaku's haters try to get me to condemn him.
True.
So you may be asking, why the hell would you ever defend Dr. Disrespect and Nuxtaku?
Well, I wonder if only there were videos that he did explaining why he did that.
Well, it's simple. This guy does team sports.
Team sports. Yeah. You know, I would forgive this guy if there weren't videos of me explaining this. This is just lazy. It's sloppy. It's incompetent. These people make these grand sweeping allegations, accusations. I literally have videos explaining my thought process, how I came to the conclusion. Of no interest to these people. They genuinely view critical thinking in the same way that women view accountability. There is no desire to even investigate it to one iota. There is no desire to actually do any deep diving or explain, okay, well, I may not like this guy and what he believes, but here's his honest, accurate, representation of why he said this. No, there's none of that. These people are the worst grifters. These are actual grifters. These are basement-dwelling, bottom-feeding, internet freaks that exist in this creepy little gross world. I mean, it's disgusting, it's weird, it's foul, it's unctuous. I want no part of it. But apparently they've latched on like a fucking leech. And so, this is going to be the salt that gets these people off.
If it wasn't obvious, he LARPs as a Christian to try and play team sports.
No, there's no LARPing as a Christian. I preach the gospel. There's no LARPing. That's one of the favorite words of these fucking degenerate, low IQ, homunculus losers. These bottom-feeding, basement-dwelling freaks. These people that live in a perpetual state of just nihilism and limbo. These people that have nothing redeemable about their life. Their own parents are ashamed and embarrassed at their very birth. And you're going to come to me and say, you're LARPing as a Christian. No, that's what the Quartering did. Pretending to be a Christian because Charlie Kirk died. No, I am a Christian and have been a Christian, unapologetically Christian. Christ is King. I make that statement every stream. I've prayed for people, even prayed for people I don't particularly like. I prayed for Asmongold and his dad. I prayed for peace and understanding for a lot of different people. But no, it's not a LARP. A LARP. Like, you're LARPing as a content creator. Right now. You're not. You're a regurgitator. Somebody feeds some dog shit into your mouth and then you, like a human centipede, just shit it right back out.
With big right-wing creators. I actually think it's super crazy to try and grift off of your own religion, but hey, that's just me. But yeah, I think defending Lolicon, Nuxtaku, and Dr. Disrespect, who admitted to doing one of the craziest and most morally reprehensible things you could do in general.
Be a furry?
It might just be like a little bit of a bad idea.
One of the most reprehensible things. No, that would be Destiny or Vosh. Like, depending on how you look at it, I actually think Destiny's is worse. He had CSAM material by his own admission, right? CSAM material? I think that trumps out Dr. Disrespect. I think by a mile. Not even close.
Idea, it's only a little bit, not exactly the brightest. It might get you
not exactly the brightest. Boy, I mean, it takes a lot of nerve to call somebody else stupid with a video like this. Like, shockingly dumb. I feel like, between me and this guy, I feel like we're facing, like, 40 to 50 points in IQ deviation. Where this guy is, I mean, this guy is, like, teetering on 80. And that's me being extraordinarily generous.
A bit of a bad rep to do something like this. Now you may be asking about the other video there, the one about the VTuber. This VTuber dresses up as a child and acts, let's just say, really weird online.
But it's not a child. And they don't really dress up as a child. They dress in a small person that I think, if I recall correctly, is accurate to her real life proportions. And she's an adult woman. Like, this is just pedantic bullshit. This is just pedantry. This guy's putting on a pageant for you. There's nothing substantial here. There's nothing concrete. It's just accusation. Well, he said that Shondo isn't the worst thing ever. You guys are all performative. I think really at the end of the day, that's what the problem is here. You guys are performative. There's no substance to anything that you're saying or doing. All of the argumentation and accusations are all based on how you feel, rather than any sort of accurate analysis of what I'm doing or my content. And at the end of the day, I think what belies that the most is the fact that you compared me to the quartering, which demonstrates that you don't know me or my content at all.
And once again, Templar for some reason defended them.
Well, because I defend people if they're right, and I criticize people if they're wrong. In that situation, I thought she was right. I did a video criticizing Shondo the other day because I thought she was wrong. Like, I know that concept may be complicated for you because you are a tribalist. You are somebody that is incapable of critical thinking for yourself because you're afraid of going against the mob. Because you are deathly terrified of what's happening to me. And the fact that I'm not scared of it at all, and the fact that I'm still outpacing all of you freaks, no matter how big your temper tantrum, I'm still lapping each of you fucking idiots. And I think that drives you nuts. I do. I think that drives you crazy. Because while most of you recognize, probably in your deep private moments, that you're not very smart, you always rely on, well, we have strength in numbers. There are enough polluted, pedestrian, peasant freaks that are willing to go out there and embarrass and humiliate themselves to try to drag this guy down. The fact that it's not working, I think, has bothered you guys. That's why you've chosen me, a channel of what? I only have like 10,000 more subscribers than you. And yet, nobody gives a shit. I've never heard of you before.
You're actually wondering what this VTuber's content looks like. I'm not comfortable enough having that on my channel, and I feel like that should tell you everything about them.
No, because I don't trust you. Nobody trusts you. You're untrustworthy. Your sources for the information at hand, your lack of critical thinking, like everything about this. No, nobody trusts you. Nobody just immediately takes your word for it. And plus, a lot of people have seen Shondo's content. They know what it is. It's not pornographic in nature. It's not sexual in nature. So you're just fucking lying.
Now, one thing that's very prevalent is Templar's gooning and how he's just such a big degenerate. Now, okay, listen.
No, I want you to preface this, you fucking mongoloid freak. He's a gooner, but I'm a gooner too, but when I do it, it's okay. Please, tell me that you're gonna make a qualifying statement. Because you don't give a shit about gooning. By the way, stop using the word fucking gooning. It's pathetic. I use it sometimes as a joke. But gooning, really? It's like somebody that uses 6'7". I look at that and go, oh God. No, I make no apologies about the fact that I think that women are beautiful. And I like attractive women. And I don't like when women are made ugly and hideous in video games and in media. Because I think it devalues humanity. But you guys take degeneracy to another level. In your ranks, you've got people that are furries, that are transgender, LGBTQ. People that fantasize about pegging. I mean, you people are fucking freaks. And you want to criticize me as a gooner because I think that women are attractive? Now, keep in mind that one of the criticisms that I've gotten in the past before these freaks is that I was too critical. I was too anti-gooner. Yeah. And maybe a shock to you.
This is the most delusional shit I've ever heard.
I'm starting a family.
Tactical Templar is so funny on Twitter because this guy is like a giga traditionalist. And like, bro, he's just going off on every OnlyFans girl saying like, yeah, enjoy your fame. Anyways, when you're 5 years and you don't have a kid, you're probably going to kill yourself. That's just how it is. It's just so funny, bro. It's so funny.
Ever heard.
I mean, that's a little bit exaggerated. I don't think I told any of them that they're going to kill themselves, but my point still remains that, yeah, a lot of them are headed down a bad path, and they're ultimately going to lead to a point in time where no amount of money in the world is going to compensate for the fact that they are an empty egg carton, and their best years are behind them, and people have moved on. Because a lot of the gooner community, the actual gooners, the simps, they will find a new model to lust after. And that's really the word. It's not gooning, it's lust. And it is a sin. The way that these people do it is absolutely a sin. These people will find a newer, hotter girl, and they will lust after her and give her all the money. And meanwhile, the older model, she's going to be miserable and alone with no kids and no husband and no prospects. I actively go out there, and if I see a woman showing her tits and her ass, I'll actually respond to her post and say, you should probably stop doing that, and make myself enemy number one to the gooners of the internet. But no, you are so far out of your depth. You are so ignorant of my content that by you even saying that, it demonstrates that you've not done 1 minute of research yourself. You are relying on the least reliable people in the world to be able to accurately surmise my content and what it is that I do. And now you found yourself in the deep end without a buoy. Because the reality is that on the internet, you are really on your own. When you make a video like this, none of your gay little lisping retard friends are going to save you. I'm going to drag you out to the deep end, and honestly, you don't have the ability to swim.
Popular opinion. But if you're doing shit behind closed doors and DMs or any of that, I don't really give a flying fuck what.
You don't care about people DMing girls? You know, oh, I don't care about closed doors. Well, I do. I care about DMing. You know, sexually explicit DMs and stuff. It's not great. It's not great. I would much prefer somebody be open about the fact that they like girls and think that they're attractive rather than the people who creep and perv and pretend like you do. You pretend in public, and then behind the scenes you're a creep. I can just tell.
What you do. Be as freaky as you want in private.
No, don't. That's bad advice. Terrible. Don't listen to this guy. This guy's a fucking idiot.
But just don't make your weird freak shit public. Listen.
I can agree with that. Don't make it public if it's weak for freak shit. If you're a furry, if you're trans, you're gay, yeah, just keep that shit private.
Everyone fucks, okay? But not everyone needs to know that you fuck. But that's kind of what this guy does. This guy is an open and unapologetic degenerate freak. He uploaded a video titled, "How Big Anime Titties and Thick Thighs Save Lives."
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. That's so good.
I wish.
Keep in mind, that was uploaded 5 years ago in the midst of a craze where you had people that treated boobs and hips on a woman as damn near criminal. I think that looking at these videos in the time in which they were uploaded is important because these people are making it seem like I just uploaded this video. No, a lot of the videos from the past that I did were videos that were in direct rebellion or opposition to the current cultural standard and norm, which was that you weren't allowed to have big titty anime girls, that you weren't allowed to have thick anime thighs. That was completely and totally unacceptable. You weren't allowed to have that. In fact, if you even advocated that, there was something deeply wrong with you, which is the same sort of just continuation of the argument that you're seeing today. But thankfully, people like this have been ostracized to the point where they just have to make random little weirdo internet arguments. But the reality is that was part of mainstream culture for a long time, 5 years ago. That was part of mainstream culture where you weren't allowed to say that. You weren't allowed to advocate for that. You weren't allowed to be that bombastic about that. So me and my little channel fighting against these fucking companies, corporations. Yeah, and I do it again. People like this one, people like this are cowards. They don't have the ability. They don't have the temerity. They don't have the audacity to go out there and do what I fucking did.
I was making that up. If you're a gooner freak in DMs, that's one thing, but being open about it is kind of cringe.
I'm going to speed this up. I mean, this is just a criticism of nothing. Like it's. I didn't like the fact that he made this video. Okay, guys, I didn't like that. Okay, who the fuck cares?
Hell, I mean, this is a clip of him donating to a VTuber on stream.
Wow.
Listen, can I delete?
Oh, do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember that? We went to we looked far and wide for a Twitch user at the bowels of the fucking internet. Somebody that had no viewers. Somebody that the internet would otherwise just completely and totally ignore and forget. This person, I think, had like 5 viewers, and nobody had ever donated to them. This person had no donations at all at the bowels of the fucking internet. The bowels of Twitch. And I looked for a person, and this person was nice. And my chat liked them. They're like, wow, this person's nice. This person was really nice. They were respectful. This was the most normal person I had found after looking for like 35 minutes. And so I gave her 5 gifted subs. And my chat was great with it. And I'm great with it. She was nice. This is probably more attention than she's ever gotten in her career. And it's some person having an issue with it.
This fucking message, bro.
Oh, gosh.
Usually,
What kind of animal do you think I am? Don't hurt her. What?
We're playing fucking the original.
I'm not. I would not be mean.
That's not even the end of this. Someone actually left a comment on his channel saying, American age of consent is weird. It is made to set up men to failure with intent. Apart from that sentence being horribly structured. You know, I don't know a lot, but if you're ever in the position where you type out that the American age of consent is weird, then it might be time for you to unplug your router and go outside. And for some reason, Templar actually super liked this comment. Why the fuck would you ever do this? Why would you ever like a comment like this? This is such a massive red...
I don't know. It's probably going through just liking all the comments there. I don't know. But I mean, yeah. America age of consent is weird. It is made to make men set men up to failure with intent. Yeah, I don't know. I remember that interview that Moist Critical did, or interview, this debate with Sneeko, where Sneeko was arguing against the age of consent, and Moist Critical lost because he affirmed trans and kids. That was pretty funny. Both of them look pretty bad. Yeah, I'm in favor of the age of consent. That's not really a gotcha. This guy is just a fucking idiot.
Agreeing with a crazy take. Here's another absolutely crazy take he's had on Twitter. You cannot rape your wife or husband. Consent is implied.
True. Yeah. Consent is implied. If somebody, if a wife or husband asks for something that is outside the bounds of the marriage, you can take it to the church. You can take it to your clergy, and you can have them be an intermediary. Yeah. Basic stuff. This is so basic.
He then later expanded on this by saying, if you cannot understand or abide by the basic tenets of marriage as is in accordance with the gospel, then just admit you're secularist feminists who are trying to remove marriage from the faith. A man
True.
cannot rape his wife. A wife cannot rape her husband. You guys
True.
heard him here first. If you're married and have a spouse, could be a husband, could be a wife, just go in there, rip their clothes off, and just fuck them right.
No, that's not what I said at all. Any husband would not hurt his wife. Like, these people understand, these people are atheists, so they're degenerates. So their mind goes to rape in that way. Their mind goes to that. But in the Bible, it talks about men laying down their life for their wife and the wife submitting to their husband. No husband of the faith who is of God, of Jesus, would do that to their wife in the way that they're portraying. It also says in the Bible that it's wrong for a wife to deny her husband sex. These people would probably consider that rape. Consent is implied. You don't have to go up and ask to pinch your wife's butt if she's in the kitchen, do you? No, you don't. Consent is implied. Because under the religious tenet, you are one flesh.
Right now, at commentator Queeman. For some reason, Templar thinks he's actually owning Queeman, even though it couldn't be farther from the truth.
Not only did I own him, he's not even worth my time. He's a weird, lisping, pubic-headed Brit. You got a bottle of water. No, he's retarded. All you guys are retarded. I don't usually give you guys the time of day because you're just not worth my time. But I'm making an exception for this one video. Because I do think this is the most, honestly, this is the most articulate that the arguments that I've seen have been. And even though it's not very cogent and not very well put together and not very well thought out and not very well researched, this seems to be the best presentation of the arguments against me. And that's a sad state of affairs. Anyway, brothers, I've gone too long on this. You guys can go and watch the rest for yourself if you want. But in closing, these people are illegitimate. They're inauthentic. They don't care about this. They don't believe in this. Most of them are foul, unctuous, odious creatures. They're not religious. They're not Christian. They don't believe in the Christian faith. Many of these people don't know what they believe. They're broken, lost, damned souls that are disgusting. And we see that from people like Vosh and people like Destiny and people like Hassan and a lot of these people that morally grandstand. But on their hard drive, well, we know what's on Destiny's hard drive. We know what's on Vosh's hard drive. Wally horse porn. These people seem like they're the type to watch Vosh. But anyway, that'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for supporting the channel. And I'll see you next time.